Hello everyone and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Yes. Uh After you guys left, or after I ended the video, I suppose, I went ahead and I started expanding our lumber line here. Just because at the rate things are going, it was going to take absolutely forever for anything to get done. And I figured it was better to save up some cash, just so you guys didn't have to sit through it. And, watch the trains go by and just kind of do some other stuff while I waited. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. But yeah, we now have, some money. And so what I want to do with that money, go on, is I want to expand the line here. To do that, we're going to need to make a clone. I want to start with just one more for now. And dates are paused right now, just so we can get this running. You won't believe this. Actually, you will believe this. I forgot to actually check how timetables work again. However, I kind of have an idea now. So we know that this takes... Well, I might just do unbunch, but I don't know. Don't even know how that's all going to pan out. So, I really should just look it up. I think I've got it working right, but honestly, I have no idea. I ain't got any clue how it works. But I think I might actually get a fourth train on this road, on this line, just so we can further increase our money-making capabilities. Because as Majora pointed out when I was showing him everything, the more trains you have running, the more passengers you get, the more passengers you get, the more money you make. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy at some point or another. So that's what I'll probably do. I might actually go ahead and just upgrade them to have one more carriage each, because they're only at 2 right now. I feel like they definitely could handle another one. New Orleans is an absolute powerhouse, by the way, in the region. It is expanding like mad. And it will only continue to expand like mad because we're just stuffing it full of tools. Which is amazing. I mean, this thing has tons more tools to go. Really, it's just a question of how many planks can I get fed into here. And we're kind of at the limit for how many, like, parts I can put on this thing. Unless I double head it. You could double head it and then stick more on. You could do that. Why don't you do that? Well, let's look into it. So we do that. Go down to cargo wagons. Yes. I believe it's this one. Yeah, it is. Why was that? It was because... Oh, man. I think it was because... It weighs more, but why did you... Oh, it lasts longer. That's why. So, that's not really a huge concern for us, though, is it? Not particularly. It's fine. We'll leave it this for now. There we go. Now we got a double-headed train. It's got a bunch more cars on it. I don't know if we have any more room on this guy. I mean, look at it. It's big. It's a big boy. It is how we're able to pull faster, which is useful. I love this. 2 Baldwins pulling this thing along. Very nice. Very nice indeed. How are the Russian trains doing? They're chilling. Puffing along. I think it's time to... One. Yeah, I think it's time for another one. This one. Not enough money. I think it costs like 700 grand, I want to say 700 grand-ish to upgrade it. So we'll see how quickly I think we can get there pretty quick. I mean, if this thing's just going to keep printing money for us. Look at its finances. It's going to make over $1 million this year, probably, now that we're adding even more cars to it, and it can go faster now. So it's going to be able to move back and forth even quicker than before, which will be awesome. I mean, it's still slow. It is still very, very slow. It takes a lot of grunt to move. How many logs are up to? 126? It is, it's a lot of logs. It's a short distance, but it just goes so often. It has so much carry throughput that, yeah, like, look at that. We just made a ton of money, which is amazing. Not enough money. Okay. I'm thinking 4 on here will bring it down to 5 minutes. And honestly, 5 minutes, any more than any faster than that, it's just not worthwhile. So we'll keep it at the 5-minute mark, I believe. That is really spewing out smoke there too. So you're just gonna sit here and look at your trains all day, or we're gonna actually do something? Well, if you insist, I was kind of looking at the trains all day, you know? But if you insist on actually doing something, ugh. You know what you could do is add another train to all these, or another car. Sure. Passenger. I looked at Nicolas, but honestly, this is the best one right here. Ooh, that's expensive. So what's performance like? Uh-huh. That should be okay. You just gotta, get the cash for it. That'll come quickly. Maybe. You're about to spend a lot of money on this. Are you sure it's actually gonna pay off? Absolutely not. I don't. I'm not sure this is gonna pay off at all. But I do know that. Well, is it better to do this, or is it better to have? Good question. Is it better to do this, or is it better to have just 4 running at the same time? Ooh, I think it's better to have 4 running at the same time. Because this is going to go faster, isn't it? That's fine. We'll buy a 4th after, now that we've upgraded all these. So, how is everyone doing on money? Well, this is making money. This is down to 4 minutes, that's fine. This is 7 minutes. Yeah, so we'll want more in this route. These are both... Wow. Tool delivery is making not a lot of money, but some cash. And really, that's just a matter of pushing more logs through. So, honestly, we should just increase this with even more carrying capacity, which is silly. Well, fairness, you do produce 800 logs a tick, which is just bonkers. This is on fast, by the way. Look how slow this thing goes in regular. These things are having to, like, go all out just to move it. Oh, it's so silly. We've got such a silly, silly line here, but it makes us good money, so I'm not going to complain too much. I mean, this thing isn't doing much better. That's fine. Ding, ting, ting. This thing just needs to pull in and it'll make us a ton of cash. It's so goofy. One day, I want to be able to have so that none of these trains actually turn around, per se. They just keep going. And do like a loop or something, but we'll see. Yeah, we're making money today. We made a ton of money last time, just so we invested it all into more trains. Which, I mean, more trains is always for the benefit, is it not? Hello, autosave. How are you doing this fine evening? It is evening here. Usually I record these in the morning, but I got distracted playing multiplayer Cities Skylines with cheese, so that ended up not happening. Funny how that works. Hmm. Pulling it back. How is the money looking? Okay, respectable. Respectable. We'll be able to buy a new one of these in no time. Perfect. Yeah, well, it's just kind of building up the infrastructure so we can just start doing the crazy projects. So, speaking of crazy projects, what I want to do is next extend from Jacksonville down to Westminster, as well as up to Orlando. And the reason for that is there is a ton of industry to be had in the Orlando area. Mm-hmm. The other thing I want to do is probably also make a boat line from Hi Hialeah? Yalia? I think it's Hialeah, down to Orlando. I'm trying to decide if we want to do a triangle of boats, or if we want to just do one bum bum bum. I think we want to do a triangle. I think that'd be cooler if we did triangle. And I think San Antonio is going to be our big port city up here, because then we can also do a triangle of Joliet, Minneapolis, up to San Antonio, back down to Joliet. And then maybe we'll do a train going from Joliet to Huntington Beach, hopping across the water here, hopping across the water here, over to Lincoln. And also hopping across to Vancouver. I'm not sure yet. Or, you know, what would be really cool is if we had the train come down here, drop off passengers, and then they took a ferry across to Vancouver, and then continued on the train to Houston. And then, of course, Houston and Cedar Rapids will both link up to Westminster, Jacksonville, etc., etc. That's kind of the plan I have. We'll see how it pans out. Now, as for these guys, we're gonna wait for that train to depart the station. How's Jacksonville growing? It's growing decently. It could use some fuel. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna build fuel. Absolutely zero. We can make tools to Antioch, but that means increasing the production in New Orleans, which, I mean, we can manage. It's just gonna be a bit tricky. Yeah. Wow, those are expensive now. Okay. Oh, we are now in the negative. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, 5 minutes, that's perfect. So, next up, of course, will be increasing our payload on the train here. Because they've still got so many logs. And it looks like we're also at the point we can start increasing how many carts we have delivering to New Orleans. As long as they aren't getting filled on tools. They're not quite yet. So maybe it's time to start considering moving tools up to Antioch. Ooh. Ooh, now that's an idea. And mind you, we could get fuel. How would we get fuel? What we do for fuel. Okay. For fuel, what we're going to do in the future. In the future, we're going to consolidate all this oil, send it up via boat? Maybe via boat. Via boat could be interesting. Send it via boat up to here. Split production and have half of it go down here to the fuel refinery, half of it go to here to the chemical plant, and then combine these into a steel mill to make goods, and we can send goods and fuel to Jacksonville, as well as fuel to Antioch. Oh god, that's going to be an expensive project, Lib. You are getting very big for your britches. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, if that is in fact the plan, Mm-hmm. Uh, Problem is that that's gonna be expensive. We don't have the money for it. Anything a bit closer to home we could do. Like just set up like a brick lane or something. Because brick's easy to do, it's cheap, and it'll make us money to kind of build everything else. Not particularly. Not the resources are kind of spread out this time. Ah, Lincoln. Lincoln. We can grow food in Lincoln. We can make food in Lincoln. Perfect. So here's what we're gonna do. Here is what we're gonna do. Mm-hmm. Uh, hmm. This is gonna be a loop. This can just be a nice simple loop, can it? Yes. For now. When it gets big enough, which it will quickly, we'll have to make another kind of shuttling service with trains. But for now, I think we can get away trucks. Uh, cool. Grow Depot, we'll just pop it in right here for now. We'll deal with it later. So, this is going to be a very simple route. It's going to go here. Did you make these buses? You made these buses, you dummy. Okay, so. uh, Not quite as simple as you had thought, was it? No, because you were a dummy. So let's just go in here, configure this real quick. Oh, God. You know, I have these great ideas, and I do something like this. There. Now, go in here. Let's buy... Oh, we've got American. I might do American horse-drawn carriages for this one. They have the lowest lifespan. They emit less, and this is going right through town. We're going to get 20 of these. Food. L. Lincoln. Food LCN. That actually sounds pretty good. Cool. We'll let that start rolling, and we'll check back in later. Any other, like, easy, cheap ones we can do? Not particularly. You know what it's time for? Add more cars? Yes. How many more can you add, though? You're not reaching the limit. I think we add 4 more. Okay. You're gonna need... Wait till you have more money. That's fine, though. That's about to drop off. As soon as that drops off, we'll have the money. Yeah, perfect. Wow. They are just spewing steam and smoke. Will they even reach 20? Uh, oh. Oh, they did it. 25? Nope. That is one slow train now. Good grief. Okay. How are you doing over? Oh, Lincoln. More food than you know what to do with. That's fair. Autosave. There we go. And then they'll slowly worm their way through town, drop off here, pick up the food, and it'll make money. But for now, it won't make money. But it will. Inner City's not making us any money. It will, though. Just give it time. Just give it time. Don't be impatient. Now, I know. Making sure that we're still reaching most of the city with the bus line. Eventually, we're going to have to make another line over here, probably. But we're fine for now. Okay. Now then. You. You make a lot of money each time. Good. Almost 1 million. Perfect. You could carry the entire empire on your own. However, we have reached the 20-minute mark. You know, we were able to buy some stuff. We expanded. We made the food line over there. My hope is that we are reaching the point of critical mass, as I'm going to start calling it, where we're going to make enough money to just kind of self-perpetuate our expansion projects. Like, and this is great. This will just kind of slowly start building up Lincoln, and then as Lincoln builds up, we can start considering the massive line from Lincoln to Huntington Beach, or better yet, we could do a boat line from Lincoln to Olathe or Houston or something, and then that way it's connected in the network at Houston for the drive up to Westminster and Jacksonville. Yeah, and we'll probably end up calling this like the Crescent Route, where we'll go Houston, Westminster, Jacksonville, Antioch, or New Orleans. But for now, guys, hope everyone enjoyed. And I'll see you all next time. See ya.